Hi everyone, thank you for watching. My name is Ivan Blasquez. I'm a certified personal trainer. What I'm going to be demonstrating here is since one of the world's best IT band stretch video that I put out is my top video. It's been helpful to a lot of people. I'd like to demonstrate another beneficial method you can use to help with IT band tightness. Now the causes of IT band tightness are really, there's many causes, but you know, I would definitely say that once you find out what the root cause is, to address that. But in the meantime, okay, you don't really have your finger on it. It's good to obviously work and to loosen up the IT band, even if you're just treating the symptoms. It's better to treat something rather than nothing. So one thing I like to do is I like the foam roll. I'm a big fan of the foam roller, particularly before workouts. And this is something that is interesting. A lot of people will quote the studies that show that stretching before a workout, particularly weight training workout, how it reduces strength and power and all that. And that has been found to be somewhat true. Although I will say that foam rolling is an interesting mobility modality, because there was a study that showed that foam rolling actually loosened up and reduced muscle tension and stiffness, but there was no decreases in power or strength or force production. So for those who don't believe in stretching before a workout, and obviously obviously stretching after the workout, that's almost undebatable, because it's actually very helpful. But foam rolling before workout would be something to do if you're concerned about the stretching and how it reduces strength. So this is something I've been doing, and it's been really phenomenal. So what I like to do here is I like to start at the hip, right here. So right below the greater trochanter of the hip, which is that's the tubercle on the outside of the femur. It's kind of what people refer to as the ball and socket of the hip. So I start there, and then I roll as far down as I can. It's comfortable based on supporting my hands, or supporting my body with my hands. And doing about 10 to 15 passes here. Even if you just feel like you're going through the motion, just do the 10 to 15 passes, and you will substantially reduce muscle tension in your quad. I'm sorry, your IT band. Although you do get some of the vastus lateralis of your quad anyway, because they kind of, it's almost like a fusion. It's like a retinaculum or something along those lines with the IT band, and it's kind of, it attaches, it's fused with the vastus lateralis. They're certainly connected. So you're going to get a little bit of both. Alright? And so you can do that. Alright, so this is a good IT band mobilization exercise. And I also like to get the quad too. So I just don't like to get the IT band. A lot of times the quad will be can be tight. So once again, about 10 passes, 10 to 15. And then I like to get the inner quad. So we're talking the vastus medialis. Now here's a little different. You don't have to use your body. You can literally just kind of flex your hip up and then roll it back. So it's a very short range roll. Alright. So once you do that, the test of tension reduction, I like to sit back on my heels, and I feel immediately that this side it feels less stretch, or less stretch, and this side feels more stretch. This side's been loosened up, it's been mobilized. Alright? Now that we've done that, so addressing, so you can stretch the IT band, you can mobilize it with what I just did there, and then there's working the synergist. The glute med, or glute medius, gluteus medius, one of the three gluteal muscles, is an important stabilizer of the hip, and its main function, besides stabilizing the hip, is also abducts. So hip abduction. However, when the IT band is tight, it tends to override the glute medius. It actually tends to get overworked. So it can cause, I wouldn't say cause, but it could certainly play a role in kind of inhibiting the glute medius. In other words, telling the glute medius to take a back seat, and it's going to, like, you know, do all the driving. That's kind of similar to what, I mean, this is getting a little off subject, but making a comparison, the shoulder. A lot of times the rotator cuff is like, you know, it takes a back seat to the larger muscles like the pec major and the pec minor, and also the latissimus dorsi. And so it becomes inhibited, it becomes tight and weak. And so what happens with the glute medius is it also can become weak or inhibited. So one of my favorite exercises is actually my absolute favorite exercise for strengthening, and I like to refer to the glute medius as being a synergist for the IT band. So think of it this way. If your IT band is getting hammered, okay, so it's real taut, you press on it, it's tight, right? Or even when you stretch it, it's tight. It's getting overworked, okay? Now, obviously stretching and foam rolling it is going to help it, and obviously cutting back on whatever the activity is that may be you know, leading to this. But I would also say it's important to work the gluteus medius, because remember, both of them cause leg moving away from the body, hip abduction. So if the IT band is doing most of the hip abduction, the gluteus medius is taking a back seat. Well, now with this exercise, we want the gluteus medius to actually help with stabilizing and also taking some of the load and workload off of the IT band. So that's why it's a synergist. It's like a team. Okay, it's like a team player, and we want it to get off the bench and start getting some game time experience, and you know, and start playing. So it's going to help your IT band recover. It's going to encourage better balance in your hip. So I would recommend doing 3 sets of 15 of this to start. Okay, so just do one side, and then you do your next set of 15. Okay, you want to try and open up as far as you can. Make sure your shoes are kind of symmetrical, and that they don't lift up like that, and also that you don't rotate. So you actually want to take this hip, turn it inwards, keep this shoulder straight forward, make that gluteus medius do the turnout rather than your body turning out. All right. Now do this, I would say if you could do this for about a period of 4 to 6 weeks, this will definitely help you. And doing this actually every day if possible, or several days a week, like at least 3 to maybe 5 days a week. You can do this daily. It's a great exercise. Don't get a resistance too heavy. You want to get one that's relatively light, because remember, we're really trying to focus on the endurance. And remember, stabilization requires endurance. So we want to train that function of the gluteus medius. So pick a band that's not too light, but obviously light enough to where you feel it at 15. You'll feel a burn pretty much with the gluteus medius. The next progression will be doing 20 reps, 3 sets of 20, and then on your last number 20, you hold it out here for 10 seconds. So you count to yourself for 10 seconds, okay, and then you let it, and that's it for the set. So the progression is you do 3 sets of 20, with the 20th rep being held at the open position for 10 seconds. So hopefully this video is helpful to you. It's definitely helped me a lot, and it's definitely encourages bringing your body back into balance and functionality. So thank you for watching, and tune in next time.